Okay, so we just finished area number 2 the last time we were playing this game. So we're gonna we're gonna back up out into the world map, and we're gonna move on to the third area of the game. So we've already conquered 2 areas. Actually, we've conquered 3 areas of the game already. So this is the tutorial level here. This is the first area. This is the second area. And we're gonna move on to the third area, which is the temple ruins. Let's go ahead and take a look. And this is the first level of the temple ruins. It's called Fragility. So in each one of these levels, there's going to be a bunch of rules established. Let's take a look at what's going on here. Okay, so this is the first level of the temple ruins. It's called Fragility. We've got a number of rules in place. So the rules tell us exactly how the game plays. And for example, we've got wall is stop. So wall is stop means that the walls impede our progress and we can't move through them. So in each one of these levels we play as a different character. In this level we play as the Baba character, which is this little white rabbit type thing. And because the rule wall is stop is in place, we can't move through the walls, and actually the rules destroy us. And why does the wall destroy us? It's because we've got another rule applied to Baba right here, and Baba has this rule, this new rule in play is weak, and Baba is weak. So when there's a weak object, so Baba's weak, we're controlling Baba. If we run into any other object, we'll be destroyed. So if we run into the grass, we're destroyed. If we run into the wall, we're destroyed. If we run into the skulls, we're destroyed. But weak objects, I don't know if we can push this rock, because we also have a couple other rules. Skull is defeat, which means if we come into contact with the skulls, we're defeated and we're destroyed. We also have rock is push, which means that we can push the rocks. But can we push the rocks? We can push the rocks. So even if we're weak, we can still push these rocks, which is very helpful. And the last rule is the most important rule, and that rule is flag is win. So if we touch the flag, which is the win object, then we finish the level, we win. So what can we do? Okay, so flag is win. So the ultimate goal of each one of these levels is to touch the object to let us win. And we need to form that rule by moving these text objects into place. So the first thing we want to do is we want to not be weak, because weak is a bad thing. So we're just going to break up this rule, Baba is weak, and we're going to apply this rule to something else. Because weak objects are destroyed when they come into contact with other objects. So for example, I'm going to make this rule right here, skull is weak. So skull is defeat, but the weak rule overrides the defeat rule. So weak will always let us destroy the objects, even if they're defeat objects. So if we move into the skulls, they're destroyed. So this lets us move past this barricade. And the other thing is that rock is pushed. The only thing that's in our way right now is the rocks. And if we move this rock over here, we can't move past it, and we can't get to the flag. So what we're going to do now is we're also going to make the rock weak. So we're going to do rock is weak. So we're just going to move these blocks out. And now that rock is weak, we can crush the rock by moving into it, and then we can get access to the flag, which lets us win. Okay, let's talk about what we did to solve that level over at GitHub. So this is the fragility level. So in this level, the key point is that we learned a new rule. So the new rule is, this is the first rule, the first level that features the weak rule, which causes a weak object to be destroyed if it comes into contact with another object in any way. Another thing about weak is that even if an object is defeat, the player can move into it and destroy it if it is also weak. Weak objects can be pushed, but will be destroyed if they make contact with other objects. So we need to learn the rules of this game system in order to finish these levels. This really tickles the imagination of hackers, because we really like manipulating rules and getting the best result out of taking advantage of rules. So how did we finish this level? So we break the rule Baba is weak because we don't want to be weak. We set the rule Skull is weak because the skulls were getting in our way, so we could destroy the skulls, and then set the rule Rock is weak because the rock is also in our way. So after Rock is weak is set up, we can destroy the rock and then touch the flag to win. Awesome. Okay, let's move to the next level. It's going to be level 2, Tunnel Vision. So the key point in this level is that this level introduces the has rule. So this is a very interesting rule. This causes the latter object to spawn if the former object is destroyed. For example, if rock has key, then a key will spawn if a rock is destroyed. So it basically means that if something is destroyed, it will drop something else. So if we destroy the rock, it will drop a key. If an object has itself, then it is effectively indestructible. So, for example, if we're Baba and the rule Baba has Baba is set up, even if Baba is destroyed, then another Baba will take its place. I think we demonstrate this in the next level, so let's go ahead and take a look. So this is level number 2, Tunnel Vision. Okay, so what is going on in this level? So the first thing we want to do when we arrive on each one of these levels is to figure out which rules are in place. So we've got wall is stop, which means that we cannot move past the walls, and water is sink. So sink means that if an object comes into contact with a sink object, for example the water, then the sink object and the other object are going to be destroyed. So if we move, we're playing as both Baba and Kiki? No, we're playing as Kiki. So Kiki is you, Kiki is this little red guy. And the reason why Baba is moving is because Baba has this move rule applied to it. So Baba has rock and Baba is move. So we're going to see that as we move around, Baba will automatically move into the water, and then a rock will appear. Okay, we also have rock is push, and what do we need to do in this level? Hold on, let me reset the level. Okay, flag is win, so we got the flag here. If we touch it, we win. Kiki is you, so we're playing as Kiki. Baba is move, and Baba has rock. So I think we don't want Baba to move into the water and destroy itself, so we're just gonna stop that from happening. So we're just gonna break up the Baba as move rule over here, and I think what we need to do is we need to become Baba has rock and rock is push. Baba has rock and rock is push. Ah, okay. So, okay, this is fine. We're gonna let Baba destroy itself, and then we've got a rock. We can move the rock into the water to destroy more of the water, right? Just like this. But we lose the rock. So, how do we prevent this? We prevent this by having the rock make more of itself. So if we set up the rule rock has rock, then when the rock is destroyed, another rock will take its place. So let's go ahead and set that up. Okay, so rock has rock, Okay, so even if we move the rock into the water, then another rock will appear because the rock creates itself when it's destroyed. So we've taken advantage of this rule, the has rule, to create infinite numbers of this object, which is the rock. And that's how we win level. Okay, let's take a look at how we solve that level before we move on. So the method of solve. So number 1, form the rule rock has rock after Baba is destroyed. Push the rock through the water, then touch the flag. So the reason we were able to do this is because the rock was replacing itself after it was destroyed each time. Okay, let's move on to the next level. This is level number 3, a present for you. Okay, let's go ahead and access the level. A present for you. Okay, so what is going on in this level? So we've got a number of different rules we need to pay attention to. So the first one is flag is win. So flag is win, but there's no flag. We don't see the flag, so we can't win yet. We also have box has flag. So if we destroy the box, then a flag will appear. We've got water is hot, and we've got box is push, and love is you. So when we say love is you, we actually mean this hard object over here. What else do we have? We got wall is stop, which means we can't move through the walls. And we've got water is hot, which means the water has the hot condition applied to it. That by itself doesn't do anything unless something else is melt. So hot and melt interact with each other in that if a hot object, or if a melt object comes into contact with a hot object, then the melt object will be destroyed. So love is melt. If we move into the water, we're destroyed because we're melt and the water's hot. So let's not do that. Instead, let's become the box. So box is push. Now we've replaced this rule. Instead of being the love object, now we're the box object. Box is you. So as the box object, we don't have to worry about the water being hot because box is not melt, but love is melt. But what can we do from here? We want to set up a condition where we can get access to the flag. So we need to destroy the box. So in this case, how about love? Okay, hold on. Let me take a look at my notes. Okay, box is you, and then love is melt. We break that up, and then we form the rule love is hot, and love is you, and box is melt. Love is hot, love is you, box is melt. Oh, okay. Love is hot. So we need to destroy the box. So we need to set up an object that's going to destroy the box. In this case, it's going to be love that's going to be hot. And the box is going to be melt. So we're just going to set it up so that we're love again. And we're going to set it up so that the box is melt. Just a second. Okay, so we can we're gonna move the box out so that we can make it the melt condition. So box is melt and love is hot. So this means that when we move the love, which is hot, over the box, which is melt, it will be destroyed. And because the box has flag, the flag will appear, and because flag is win, we will finish the level. So let's go ahead and do that. So when we move over the box, we'll destroy it because the box is melt, and we are hot. And then the flag will appear because box has flag, and then we win. Okay, let's take a look at the rule at how we solved that level. So in this level, we needed to form the rule box is you. So we needed to become the box because the water was melt and it applied to love. Then we broke the rule love is melt. Then we set up the condition to destroy the box by setting up these rules love is hot and love is you and box is melt. We moved over the box and destroyed it to reveal the flag, and then we won. Okay, let's move on to the next level, number 4. Okay, so this is the Unreachable Shores level. The key point in this level is, if you're able to set up the rule object has object, and you are that object, you are invincible. So how does this apply? Let's talk a little bit about it in the next level, number 4, Unreachable Shores. Okay, so what is going on in this level? Let's go around and talk about the different rules. So text is float. So text is float means that all the text objects over here, they're all on a different level from the other objects over here. So the text objects can't come into contact with the water objects here, for example. And normally, the text would be able to trigger this condition right here, water is sink. So water is sink means that if any object comes into contact with the sink object, then that object, well, the two objects that come into contact will be destroyed. That doesn't apply here because text is float. We also have flag is win, which means that we're aiming to get access to the flag over here on the other side of the level. Kiki is you, which means that we're controlling Kiki, which is the red guy over here, and we've got boxes push. So the box, we can push this around, and we also have these other rules. Box has love. So box has love means that the love object, the heart, is going to appear after the box is destroyed. We've got love is defeat, and love is love. So love is love means that the love object can't transform. It can't be transformed into another object. We also have love is defeat, which means that if we touch the love object, the heart, then we'll be destroyed. So what can we do? I think if we just try to move the box into here, then the love object appears, and we can't move past the love object. So we need to find another way to get past this patch of water here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to become the box. So we're going to do Kiki is you. Oh no, we can't become the box. We can't become the box. I think we might be able to... We might be able to set it up so that the box is Kiki. Actually, wait. Okay, we can set it up so the box is Kiki. Okay, that's great. So now that... Okay, let me explain. So we turned the box into Kiki. Now we have 2 Kikis that we can control. And we can use one of them to clear this water square here. After we do that, we've got access to this area of the map. And what we can do is we can use this has rule over here. And we can do... we can become... We can become the box. So box has, let's see, box has box. If we set up, actually no. How about box is you? We can't set up box is you. Can we become the love? I don't think we can set that up either. Because what we need to do is we need to cross the water. We can't use the text to break up the water tiles because the text is floating. So text is float, so we can't do that. So what are we going to do from here? I think love is defeat. Love is something something. We can't become the love. So hold on. Let me take a look at the notes. I solved these things before. So Kiki is push. We need to become the box. So we become the box, and then we push Kiki into the water. Oh, okay. So we have to actually be the box to finish this level. All right. That's how we do it. Okay, so we reset the level, and then we become the box. So let's see. So we become the box. Box is you. So now we're controlling the box. And what we need to do is we need to push Kiki into this water square here. So Kiki is push. Okay, now we can push Kiki around, and we'll just push Kiki into the water so that Kiki, thank you for your service, Kiki. Okay, so the last thing we need to do to finish the level is we need to set up box has box. So after we set this rule up, then we're essentially invincible. So box has box means that even if we get destroyed by the sink object, the water, another box appears. So we can basically move through as much water as we want, because every time we're destroyed, we're replaced by another box. And that lets us get access to the flag, and that lets us win. So the method to solve is form the rule box is you. So we become the box, and then we can move Kiki into the water to get access to the room, which has the has text. We form the rule box has box, which means that even if we're destroyed by the water, we keep on respawning, and then we touch the flag to win. Okay, let's move on to the next level then. Level 5, we're going to go from level 5 until level extra 1, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, extra 1. Okay, so between each one of these levels, we're going to do a little write-up talking about how we solved the level. Okay, so let's do level 5, but where's the key? Okay, so this level, we need to take a look at the rules that are in place. So each level in Baba is You is going to have a bunch of rules that govern how the objects in the level interact with each other. So we've got some rules that we can't change. So for example, key is open, which means that the key object is going to be able to open any shut objects. The shut objects in this level are door. So door is shut and stop. We need to somehow make a key and then open the door to get to the flag, because the flag is win. When we touch the flag, we win. There are a couple more rules that we can't change in this level, and those rules are wall is stop, which means that we can't move over the doors, and Baba is Baba, which means we can't change Baba into any other object. We also have Baba is You. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve this level. We've got a bunch of different rules that we need to pay attention to. So the box is weak, and weak is a rule that means that if the object that is weak runs into any other object, it is destroyed. And box has key. Box has key means that when the object that has an object is destroyed, it's going to create another object. So in this case, if you destroy a box, it will create a key. And the way we're going to solve this level is we're going to come up with a convoluted set of rules. So we got Baba as You, but we're also going to make Baba weak, because we need to destroy Baba to get a box. This is what we're going to do. So we're going to form the rule Baba has box. When Baba's destroyed, then there's going to be a box that appears. So Baba has box. We also need to set up box is you, because when Baba is destroyed, it's going to create a box, and we need to be the box. Otherwise, we're going to lose the level, because one object on the level has to be you. When Baba's destroyed, we're going to be the box. So box is you. And we're going to do Baba is weak. So Baba is you and weak. Okay, I think I'll use my controller to play the game instead of using the keyboard, because the sounds for the keyboard are a bit much. Okay, so Baba is you and weak, which means that if Baba runs into an object, Baba's going to be destroyed. And Baba has box, so when Baba's destroyed, there's going to be a box that appears. So if we run into any object, and the grass over here counts as an object, Baba's destroyed. And now there's a box. So we need to destroy the box, and we need to create a key. And this is the way we're going to do that. So we're going to form the rule box. We're going to break the weak rule right now, and we're going to make it so that we are the box. We don't need to be Baba anymore. We can just get rid of Baba. We're going to do box has key. So we're going to move key over here. And we're going to move the has text into place here. So box has key. Box is you and weak. When the box is destroyed, then there's going to be a key that appears. Okay, so we've got the rule over here. Box has key, which means when box is destroyed, the key will drop. And box is you and weak, so if box runs into something, then it'll be destroyed. But the key will appear. And key is you, so which means that we'll become the key. Okay, anyways, we're going to run into something to destroy the box. And when the box is destroyed, because it has the key, we become the key, because key is you. We set up this rule. The last thing we need to do is we need to set up a rule that lets us run into the door and not be destroyed. And so the rule that we're going to set up is key has box. So when the key is destroyed, and the key is going to be destroyed when we use it to open the door, we're going to become the box. So key has box, and we should be able to move into the door and then destroy the key and then become a box. And we did that. So all that we need to do now is we need to run into the flag to win. Okay, let's talk about how we solved the level. And where is... Okay, so this is level number 5. Where's the key? Okay, so what we did first was we set up the rule box is you vertically and Baba is you and weak horizontally, and Baba has box. So this is what it looks like. I found these screenshots really help when you're when we're trying to make little walkthroughs for these levels. So we destroy Baba, and then we set up the rule key is you vertically and box has key horizontally, and box is you and weak horizontally. So it's going to look like this. So we're now the box. So we destroy the box, then we form the rule key has box horizontally and box is you horizontally. So this is the hard part. The hard part is sometimes you have to make these complex configurations, and then we open the door and then we touch the flag. Okay, so let's move on to the next level. So the next level is going to be level 6. Level 6 is Love is Out There. So level 6 is love is out there. Okay, so in this level, we need to take a look at the rules one more time. So there are a bunch of rules on the outside. We'll consider the rules on the outside rules that we can't change. So love is win. Love is the heart. If we touch the heart, we win. Door is shut. So we need to find some way to open these doors to get to the outside and get access to the love. We've got key is open. So if we can use a key, we can open the doors. We've got wall and door is stop, which means that these impede our progress. And we have Baba as you. We can't become anything else because Baba is you. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a scenario where we can destroy a box and get a key. And we're going to do it like this. So we're just going to move this text up against the top over here. And we're going to form the rule box. Box as key and box. So when the box is destroyed, then it will leave behind another box and a key. And the box is weak, which means that the box is going to be destroyed if it comes into contact with another object. So the last thing we need to do is we need to set up this rule right here, key is push, which is going to let us push the key when it appears. So how do we get the key? So because we know that the box has the key and another box, we can step on top of the box here to get a key in a box. So here's the thing. From now on, it's going to be a little bit annoying because the box has another box and it's weak and it's in contact with a key, which means that the box is going to keep destroying itself and creating another box and another key. So I'm going to go into the settings and I'm going to disable the screen shake because there's going to be a lot of screen shake otherwise. Because when this box is destroyed, it's going to, by default, it's going to do a little screen shake, which is actually pretty annoying. So we're just going to move the key into the door, and that's going to create a box. Sorry, it's let's see, when the key is destroyed, I don't know why another key appears. But anyways, let's go ahead and push the key into the door. The funny thing about this level is that I'm not too sure why the key is able to destroy 2 doors before it actually disappears. Oh, you know what? I was pushing 2 keys. So so here's the thing. There are like maybe there are multiple keys stacked on top of here, because each time this box is destroyed, it's going to create another key. Okay, that makes sense. Anyways, I'm going to break the rule. Well, okay, we're just going to win. Let's go ahead and go out here. We'll touch the love, and we'll win. Okay, let's talk a little bit about how we solved the level, and then move on to the next one. Okay, so the method of solve. So form the rule box has key and box horizontally, and key is push vertically. So when the box is destroyed, it'll create both a key and a box. So step on the box, creating a key, and then we push the keys around to open the doors and touch the love to win. Okay, let's move on to the next level. So the next level is going to be level number 7. Okay, so level number 7 is called Perilous Gang, and the key point in here is to use move objects to set up rules in other places. So what does this mean? Let's go ahead and enter the level to find out. Level 7. Okay, so what is going on in this level? So we got some rules that we can't change. So the rules are going to be wall is stop, which means we can't move past the walls here. and we've got Baba as you. So we're always going to be Baba in this level. And the problem in this level is that skull is defeat. So if we move into the skulls, we're defeated. That's not what we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to use these ghosts over here. Because right now, ghost is push. And we can push the ghosts around. And we can also set it up so that ghost is move. Which means that the ghosts are going to move in a direction on each turn. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the ghosts into position so that when they move, they're going to move these text tiles over here. So the text tiles we're going to establish is skull is push. So if skull is push, that's going to supersede the skull is defeat rule, and we're going to be able to push the skulls. So if the ghosts push these two tiles, they'll eventually push them into position here, where it forms the rule skull is push. At that point, we're going to stop the ghosts from moving. And let's demonstrate this. Okay, so we form the rule ghost is move. The ghosts are going to move. They're going to push the tiles over here. They're eventually going to form the rule skull is push. And when that happens, we're going to break the rule skull is move, or ghost is move. Okay, so we're going to wait. We're going to wait, and then we're going to break the ghost is move rule, just when they form the rule skull is push. So this means that we can push the skulls around now. So we're just going to push these skulls out of the way, and we're going to get access to the rest of the level. So here's the thing. The rule for win right now is flag is win, but there's no flag. And we can't turn anything... Oh, we could turn something into a flag, but it's actually funnier if we make the ghost the win condition. So this is what we're going to do. So we're just going to push the win text out of here. And we're going to set up the rule ghost is win. So this means that if we touch the ghosts, we win. So let's touch the ghosts. Okay, so let's do a little summary of the level and then move on to the next one. So the method of solve. So set up the is and push text tiles in the positions below the skull text so that the rule skull is push will be set up once moved a sufficient number of positions to the right. Set up the rule ghost is move, and then wait and break the rule ghost is move the moment that skull is push is set. Then we move the skulls out of the way and set up the rule ghost is win, and then we touch the ghost to win. Okay, let's move on to the next level. So this is level 8. This is the double moat level. So this one's another tricky level. So the key point in this level is going to be, if we have two objects we can become, and that has text, and the move text, we can use one of these objects to move past any defeat objects. And this will be explained when we enter the level. Okay, let's go in. Level number 8, double moat. Okay, so what's going on in this level? We've got this water we need to move past. So in this level, water is defeat. Water is defeat, which means that if our player character comes into contact with the water, we're destroyed. And we also have doors shut, which means that we need to find a way to open this door. So door is shut, but the other rule is Kiki is open. So Kiki is this little red guy, and if Kiki runs into a door, then Kiki will be destroyed. But the door will also be destroyed. And the last rule that we can't modify is wall and door is stop. So the walls and the doors are going to stop our progress. So how do we approach this level? Let's see. Kiki is you, Baba is Kiki. Kiki is you, Baba is Kiki. Kiki is... Baba is Kiki. Baba. How can we... How did I do this before? Because this doesn't work. Kiki has to be you and Baba. Ah, like this. Okay. And then Kiki has... Okay, one more time. Move one of the Kikis into the water, creating a Baba. Kiki has Baba. Kiki has. Then move one of the Kikis in the water, creating a Baba, and it's going to be this one. Okay, then we move Baba around. So Baba is move. Then Baba moves, and then we stomp, and then is Kiki has, then Baba is Kiki. Is Kiki has, Baba is Kiki. Wait. Okay, and then we move. We need to set up Kiki has Baba. So Kiki has... We need to be really careful right now because... Hold on. We should actually do it from here. Because moving these two Kikis around is going to be very very difficult. We need to form Kiki has Baba. So Kiki... Okay, so Kiki is Baba. Okay, here's... Man, it's getting a bit tricky. Let's see. Kiki is... Oh, wait, maybe we can do it like this. Then we can break this. Then we can set up Kiki as Baba, and then move Kiki into the door. Now there's a Baba, and we need to move Baba past the water. And we're going to do that by doing this. So Baba is move. So Baba is move. Then Baba moves across the water. After that, we're going to break Baba as move, and then we're going to turn Baba into Kiki again. So Baba is Kiki. And then we're going to move Kiki up into the flag to win. Okay, that was complicated. That was complicated, but we'll let's cover the rules that we need to do in order here. So if we have two objects we can become, and we've got the has text and the move text, you can use move on one of those objects to move past any defeat objects, and then we can assume their identity, which is what we did in this level. So we formed the rule Kiki is you, Baba is Kiki, Kiki has Baba. So we basically turned Kiki, we destroyed Kiki to create Baba, and then moved Baba across the water, and then we set it up so that we became Kiki that has Baba again, and destroyed Kiki to create another Baba and move across the water again. It was a bit of a slog, but we eventually got there. Then we turned back, well, into Kiki. We could also just use the rule Baba as you, then we touch the flag to win. Okay, let's move on to the next level. Jeez, that took a while. Okay, so this is level number 9, and this is Walls of Gold. This is an interesting level, and there are no real new rules that are happening in this level. Let's take a look. Okay, level 9, Walls of Gold. Okay, so it's a pretty simple level. There are not too many things we can interact with. Let's take a look at the rules we can't break. So wall and ice is stop. So the walls cannot be moved past, and the ice cannot be moved past. So this ice right here. We also have wall is win. So right now we could win if we could move into the wall, but the wall is stop, so we can't do that. And we got rock is win, and rock is another thing that we could use to win, except for the fact that rock is push, so we can't move into the rock. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to turn the walls into rocks. So wall is rock. So now that we've turned all the wall objects into rocks, we can actually get out of here, because we can push the rocks, because the rocks are push. The walls were getting in the way. And what we can do now is we can set up a rule to win. We can become the rocks, and we can also make the rocks the win condition. So we have just enough tiles to do that. If we make rock is win, and then rock is you automatically win if you are the win object. So if win object is you and that object is win, then you win. So how do we set that up? So this is what we're going to do. So we're going to set up rock as win. Then we're going to set up rock is you. So we're just going to set this up like this. So remember, if you are the win object, you win. Okay, we've got one more bonus level to cover in this stream. Let's go ahead and do that. So this is the level called Further Fields. This is another complicated level, but we'll get there eventually. Okay, let's before we enter the level, let's talk a little bit about how we solved the previous level, and then move on. Okay, so the key point, well, the only thing we need to do here is form the rule wall is rock, and then form the rule rock is win and rock is you. So it's that simple for the previous level, and the last level is going to be Further Fields. So the key point in this level is there are points in levels where you need to use a sled of move objects to break the is you rule and reestablish it somewhere else on the map. So this is a very interesting level that well, we'll take a look at what's going on when we enter it. So let's go ahead and enter the level. So this is Further Fields. It's the last level in this area. So we've got a bunch of different things that are going on in the level. So wall is stop, we can't move past the walls. Baba is Baba and defeat. So Baba can't be transformed, and Baba defeats you if you move into Baba. Grass is defeat. So the big obstacle in this level is this grass. So the grass will destroy you if you move into it. We also have Kiki as you, so we're playing as Kiki right now, and Baba is move. So the Babas are going to move depending on their direction, and if they hit a wall, they'll move into the opposite direction. So the first thing we need to do is we need to set up the Baba objects so that they can move us across the grass. What we want to do is we want to get access to the flag and win, because the win condition in this level is the flag. So we're going to break Baba's move, and then we're going to move the Babas into a very specific position. So we're going to set up the rule Baba is push. So if Baba is push, we can't move into Baba and be defeated. So we're just going to move Baba over here, and we're going to move them into a very specific position. So we need to make, eventually what we're going to do is we're going to break the Kiki is you rule, and we're going to reestablish it over here, where Kiki is you over here. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to use Baba to push us around. So we're just going to move the Babas into position. So the Babas are over here, right? Eventually, when they start moving again, they're going to move in this direction, and they're going to start pushing a bunch of stuff that we're going to set up over here. So we're going to set up Kiki is you down here, and then we're going to set up Baba is... We're going to set up Baba as move down here as well. So before we do that, we're also going to set up Kiki is push. So we're just going to move this roll over here. Okay, so now the Babas are going to start moving around, and we need to stand right here so that when the Babas start pushing us around, they're going to push these three tiles. So the Kiki object, which is us, and the Kiki text, and then the U text over here. So we're just going to wait for the Babas to come at us. So they're just going to move over here. At this point, they break the rule Kiki is you, which means normally we would lose the game. But we can actually keep playing the level and have the Babas move this stuff around. And we're going to form the rule Kiki is you in the next turn. So Kiki is you and flag is win, and we're going to be standing on the flag, which means we're going to win. So the next step makes us win. Okay, let's talk a little bit about how we solved that level and then finish up for the day. So break the rule Baba is move. Form the rule Baba is push. So form the three Babas on the 3rd, 5th, and 6th rows from the bottom of the map, all facing left. So we did this, and move the Kiki is you rule down several tiles so that the U tile is on the 3rd row of the map from the bottom. So basically move everything into a formation that looks like this. So form the rule Baba is move, and then stand Kiki on top of the Kiki is you rule. Wait several turns while the Babas move Kiki, the Kiki text, and the U text to the right-hand side of the map. When the rule Baba is you is established on the right-hand side of the map, you should be standing on the flag and win. If you didn't break the Baba is you move early enough. Okay, so that's it for area number 3, the Temple Ruins. All right, so let's go ahead and finish out for today. I'm gonna exit out of here.
Hey there, HackerFrogs! Are you enjoying this workshop? Learning new concepts and skills? If so, there's a way you can support the channel, and it's totally free. Just click on the subscribe button below the video. Also, click on the like button. And if you have questions or comments on this workshop, please leave them below the video. Thanks for listening. And now, back to our scheduled programming.